Bonjour, mon amis. How's it going? We're the Spoiler Kings. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Brandman Brandon. Oh man, we made it to another Thursday. Means the week is almost over. That means the weekend is almost here.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I've been waiting. I got like
Oh, trust
two
me.
stacks of comic books I have to read over this weekend. So that's just
You know
so
what? That's gonna be my tomorrow night and into my Saturday morning. I told myself I will not be going out tomorrow night. I will if I do, I'll probably wait until Saturday. Been going a little hard the past couple weekends, just all around. So tomorrow I plan to make it a very chill day indoors. Emphasis on trying.
perfect. Uh, I got from our friends from Concrete Comics the next Acolyte, which is a very cool series.
Mhm.
Finally got that came out. So this is what number I think 7. Oh, issue 6.
Mhm.
So I can't wait to read that. I got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Black and White,
Mhm.
Venom, Separation Anxiety. I gotta finish this damn X-Men.
Mhm. Oh, I checked out of that a while back.
Yeah.
Ultimate X Men wasn't doing it for me.
Deadpool team up. I thought that was pretty cool. And then I got Transformers. I went and got a couple of those and Void Rivals because they're doing the crossover, so it's starting soon. And then I went and got for me Spawn kills everybody. Spawn kills all the Spawn will be killed by Spawn. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Mhm.
Oh, we got 80s kid from the 90s in. What's up, crew? How's it
80s kid,
going?
what's going on, man?
Uh, and of course, we got Profess in here. Good evening.
Gotta have him in here.
And if we didn't have Mama Bear, I wouldn't be doing the show right now. So
Yeah, pretty much everything. There would be no motion. Everything would have to come to a halt.
I'll just leave.
There's no question about
I'll just go back home.
that.
80s Kid says the thing I don't understand is why there are a few people that are still skeptical of Transformers 1 when thousands of people have seen it at early screenings and love it. I'm super excited for it.
To be honest, me too. I'm pretty excited.
I'm
Um,
always excited, right?
yeah, and I'm looking forward to a Transformers movie that takes place entirely on Cybertron. You know, I don't really think it's going to do anything to sully the Transformers brand. There's been so many interpretations.
How can it really sully? I mean, did you see the Mark Wahlberg one, guys? Come on.
Yeah, it can't be any worse than the Bay movies. Made statutory rape a literal line of dialogue in that movie.
You guys, so much. Is it just fandoms in general? So I think a lot of fandoms are negative because the storylines changes, right? So if you change the
Mhm.
storyline, people don't like it. But it's also a necessary evil, right? You have to change storylines sometimes. And as long as you stay with the character, the title character, as long as you understand what it's doing and what they're trying to say, then that's all you really
Mhm.
need. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly.
So the best intro. I appreciate that. Worked
Oh,
hard on
thank
that.
you.
What's up, bros? Because you got Sonic
80s
3.
kid.
I cannot wait to watch the trailer with you guys and knock that out. I mean, it's going to be awesome.
Oh, I can't wait.
So bonjour, mes beaux messieurs. So yeah, both of us. That's awesome.
Thank you. That's making me want to pick up French now. I'm already doing the Duolingo thing with Spanish and more Korean.
So I did all 4 years of high school with French,
Hmm.
and then I took 3 years in college.
Hmm.
So the only thing I really wanted was to immerse myself. So the one thing I didn't get to do was study abroad because I was playing football. But that would have been the one thing I would love to do because I think when you immerse yourself with something, like if I'm reading, I can read the French and know exactly what's going on. but having a conversational is more difficult. If you're not immersed, you're translating in your mind. But when you're immersed, you no longer are translating in your mind. Everything you can think French, and that's kind of the difference. At least for me.
I get that. I should have spent COVID lockdown picking up more languages or starting to learn more languages.
I think that's a really cool thing to be able to do.
Yeah.
So you need to pick up that Transformers comic. Look, the Transformers comics are epic. They're very, very good. These ones are really good. And then you see what's going on with Transformers, Void Rivals, and G.I. Joe. What's happening? They're going to cross over. It's going to be an epic crossover event. I'm at a point right now where I'm thinking both Image is really passing up a lot of people, passing up a lot of these things, these smaller titles. I'm loving what Image is doing. So Image, the Spawn is the one kind of that holds Image up. But these Transformers ones, these G.I. Joe ones, and I'm telling you, these Void Rivals are so good. But I think Image is better than DC right now because DC has ruined their Tuesday drops. They're now doing Wednesday drops, but there's no stories coming out. There's no new comics. It's crazy. Oh, you boys. Thank you, Mama Bear. I heard Transformer 1 is dark, meaning it's very high stakes for a PG movie. It's hard for me to believe that because it's so PG. If it was PG-13, I'll think one thing. But I think they're going to treat it more like remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Like, it was very silly and very whimsical. Like, I'm talking about the 90s one. Very much so. But they had dark topics, right? And then all of a sudden, it had dark areas, even though it was like a PG thing, but it became darker because the topic was darker. I could see them doing that for Transformers 1.
Yeah, I think there's a little, no pun intended. This is low hanging fruit, by the way. I think there's a little more to it than meets the eye than that the trailers are giving off. Or I think the trailers are heavily comedic. I think there'll probably be a little darker content than the trailers give away, especially if this is like the origin to the rivalry between Prime and Megatron. I think that has the potential to go pretty dark. So hopefully they do go all the way with that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
It is a dark concept. The whole thing is pretty dark when you really think about it.
When you think about it, yeah.
Listen, and Megatron, and if you really know, then you know what we were talking about.
But I like the trailers. I'm looking forward to seeing like a full on movie taking place on Cybertron. I think it'll be cool to see it this way. Full on CG movie taking place on Cybertron. That's kind of what I've been waiting for a while.
Okay. I'm excited by this. I'm excited to see Beetlejuice. Skybound is cooking. I agree. I mean, some of these smaller companies are killing it right now. So I pick up languages quickly, but I'm not fully conversational in any but English. Even that's debatable. I feel when I'm immersed in something, like when I was in French class, even when it was higher level French, I thought in French. Like I would think the answers in French, and you wouldn't be even a second thought. That's how it was. But when I would not be immersed in it, then it's hard for me to think that way. So I think that's kind of what it is. When that's why, like, when you move to a country, which Brandon has lived in a different country, and you immerse yourself around it, everyone is speaking it, you just naturally pick it up. And then if you studied it and you're naturally picking it up, it helps out a lot.
Oh yeah.
My best. I've waited to see the Sonic 3 trailer, so I already have it posted ready to go. So we're gonna go do that next.
Oh, we're going with that first. I like it.
Oh yes, knock that out and do it. I mean, it's something that we need to talk about. It was very interesting. The Keanu Reeves as Shadow, I think it's perfect. 80s
Yep.
Kids said Spider-Verse had dark and serious vibes. Spider-Verse had complexity,
hmm
and that's always good if you can have a complex conversation in a simplistic idea. So, perfect example, The Matrix. You have a lot of complexity in The Matrix, right? But the idea
Yep.
is simple. We all know, you know, the savior, the idea of the savior. I mean, really, a lot of The Matrix is the Bible. It's
Oh, a lot of it, pretty
Morpheus,
much.
John the Baptist.
Mhm.
Neo is Jesus. It's that idea. Then they throw in the blue and red pill, right? And then they get so it's a simple idea, and then they get complex within that simple idea. I think that's what makes
Mhm.
things a lot good and a lot better. And then you get more complex when you start to look at the scenes they did and how they changed from filmography. I mean, they just really did something different, but it still starts with a very simple idea that a story that everyone's heard. So
Yep.
I think that's the right way to do it.
I agree.
Yeah. Keanu Reeves is my favorite actor. Awesome. Well, then I am not going to make anyone else wait. Let's set this up and let's get this thing going. Man, I can't wait to watch this with you guys. So get it all
Same.
ready. All right. I'm gonna hit the transition, guys, and we'll watch it together. All right.
All right.
Here we go. And welcome back to the Spoiler Kings. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Brand Man Brandon. The moment we've been waiting for. Sonic 3 trailer. I cannot wait to react to it. Can't wait to talk to you guys with it. I can't wait to see Shadow. So instead of me talking about it, let's be about it. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
Sonic, you finally found your family.
Keep up.
I know it hasn't always been easy, but you didn't change who you are in here.
Yeah, in my lungs.
Or your heart.
There's been a high-level security breach. And we need Team Sonic's immediate assistance. Project Shadow is far beyond anything we've ever encountered.
Shadow's story began a lot like your Sonic. But where you found family and friends, Shadow found only pain and loss.
All right, we got a rogue alien on the loose. How do we find it?
Start with the giant fireball?
I love it. Let's start with a giant fireball.
He is much more impressive than the hedgehog I fought previously.
Dude, I'm standing right here.
You're a colorful bunch.
We don't want to fight you.
Actually, Sonic, I would like to fight.
No!
Okay.
My turn. Can we just talk about this? He's too powerful.
Not even mad at the music either.
Epic.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but we need you-know-who.
This is a bad idea.
When has that ever stopped me?
Doctor.
We have visitors.
This is sad, Robotnik. Even for you.
We need your help.
On one condition.
What?
Do this! If I can't rule the world, I might as well save it!
I need room. But, sir, I don't have the proper materials.
Found some.
When we're done, there won't be anything left.
Hey, no cheat codes! What did you do?
What I had to.
It sounds so great as Shadow.
Welcome home, my boy.
It's impossible.
Is it?
It couldn't be.
Couldn't it? Are you? In the saggy flesh.
Oh man, I love that.
Boy.
Oh yeah.
That felt so epic. I'm so excited for December. I don't even know what I'm gonna do in December because I feel like there's so many bangers coming out. I'm gonna go from Moana to Sonic to I probably gonna have to watch The Lion King. So I'm not sure how I feel about that one, but I'm gonna be in the movie theater every week.
To think this franchise became a franchise and is where it is today due to a character redesign.
You know, what was your favorite video game growing up?
Favorite video game growing up. I know I mentioned this one the other day, but I absolutely loved Kid Chameleon, and I loved Comic Zone. And you got to have Sonic as a top three, though. You know.
So growing up, Sega was my favorite thing, and I'm just loved it. So when I see this, it just brings me back to that time, and I don't know. For me, you know, I played countless hours. Sonic 2, like Sonic 3, I played so many times. I love seeing this. So the way people feel about Mario is kind of how I feel about Sonic. And this just gives me such great vibes, and I cannot wait to just watch it.
Same. You know, it's a series that really I know I use this expression a lot, but it really does understand the assignment. It knows what it's supposed to be, and it goes all in. The Sonic movies are just fun. They're just entertaining movies. They understand what they're supposed to do. I'd even go as far as saying they're some of my favorite video game movies. Yeah, and now we're getting Shadow. It looks like they're keeping his origin intact. Freaking Keanu Reeves just sounds great as the character.
It does.
His voice really does suit the character.
Just dark and a little bit grizzly. Just you can see him being, because of the characters that Keanu Reeves has played. Epic just really feels like he's formidable. And the way they did the flashing and him, you know, teleporting, it looked great. And it's hard for me to believe that anyone could beat him.
Yeah, he's going to give the group some trouble. But yeah, this will be a lot of fun. I've loved all things Sonic that they've come out with as far as this franchise goes. Really like the first movie. Really like the second. Really like the Knuckles miniseries. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, we're gonna see where they go with this. I'm wondering if they're gonna do even more beyond the third. If they're just gonna keep it a trilogy, or if they're gonna do more stuff on, Paramount Plus would be a good place to continue, potentially carry on if they don't do any more movies. Do other spin-offs, do more with Shadow, because come on, we know Shadow's gonna live in this. There's a lot they could do with it.
What do you think about this Jim Carrey thing?
Oh, I love it. I think he's hilarious as Robotnik, and I like that they're finally going with Fat Robotnik. And he's going to be around
finally.
Games. Yeah. Yeah. This just looks like an entertaining time.
It's going to be a different level, and that's what excites me so much. A different level of Sonic. He's going to have to up his game to be able to even almost match anything that Shadow does. You know, just like how Knuckles brought the best out of him, I think the same thing's going to be with Shadow. So let's see. That's what we're thinking. Let's look what everyone else is saying. I am all of me. Okay. 80s Kid said, I'm rooting for Shadow. Got Travis in here. What's up, Travis? How's it going, guys? Know nothing about Sonic, and I haven't seen either movie, but started the Knuckles show and enjoyed the heck out of it. It was fun.
The Knuckles show was a fun watch. The Knuckles show was a lot of fun to watch. You could tell Idris Elba was like, he's great in that role. I think he's just so entertaining to hear as Knuckles because he has that very like serious stoic side, but he's a dork.
Yeah, well, it's fun.
Yeah, you know. So yeah. I think they do good with the choices for the voice actors. Like I really enjoy Ben Schwartz. You know, when usually when I think of Sonic, you would think Jaleel White from the original, and part of me kind of hoped they would bring back Jaleel White for these movies. But Ben Schwartz, I like him in the role.
I'd rather Jaleel White, but Ben
I would have
done a good job.
I would have rather Jaleel White too, but I do like what I do like the energy that Ben Schwartz brings to the role.
Okay.
I think he's just really entertaining in the role.
So 80 said, I feel so bad for the assistant.
You know what? Me too.
You can quit.
Yeah. Just what's it called? Just Robotnik's just verbal punching back in the movies.
All you have to do is not show up for work twice. It's a no call, no show. You'll be all right. Awesome. All right. 80s Kids and my favorite game was Mario 64. I respect that. Definitely. Said Sega. Look, turn it on.
What do you think, Brian? What do you think, Brian? Sega Cinematic Universe on the horizon?
I see it. I will love it. Come on. What will be the next one that they do?
Yeah, what else could they do? That was synonymous with Sega, right?
No, only Sega. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Echo the Dolphin.
That's not only Sega, you know. So.
Oh, that wasn't only Sega.
Nope.
Huh.
It's crazy though, but it's also Sega Saturday, and we also had that Dreamcast. So things just kind of whatever. Horror Geek says, "We'll watch because I want a Shadow plushie at the carnival." That's pretty cool. Primal Rage. That's a good one. Good one, Mama Bear.
Primal Rage is my jam.
I like it. So I love Mortal Kombat and Primal Rage. Obstacle games stumped me. Gotcha.
I love obstacle games.
They let him go full Jim Carrey on in this one.
Oh, you have to. You got to let, especially in content like this. You can't put a tether on Jim Carrey. It's like Nicolas Cage. You got to let him go full Cage, right?
Go full Cage, exactly.
Yeah. Carrey's going all in on this one. It's kind of seemed like a progression from the first movie to the second movie, because in the second movie he seemed a little more Jim Carrey than in the one before that. In this one, it seems like it's
Fire Marshal Bill for all I care.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this. Bring us a Mega Man movie.
I don't know why I didn't think about that. Hell yeah.
Let's go. I like it, guys. Oh my goodness. You guys come up with so many good things. Man, this looks so epic. Once again, December 2024, Sonic 3 comes out. I cannot wait. I might even bring my kids. Maybe. Maybe it's just us. Maybe I just get a theater and we rent out the theater and just be us. I don't know. We'll see. That might be our Christmas gift to everybody. I think that might be a fun thing.
If I could get my parents, because typically we do a movie day on Christmas Day, but I'm not even sure if my parents or my sister have seen the first two Sonic movies, so I don't know. Maybe I could get them in the movies for this. I hope they do not suggest Lion King. I hope they suggest this. I'm gonna do everything I can to have us go see this.
So can't wait to see it. It looks so cool, and it does. And Shadow looks so dark, and they're doing a good job with the scenes around it. So like it doesn't look poor when you're looking at it. You know, and Shadow is probably like the coolest character in the world. So Shadow's no joke. So
Yeah,
yeah, number 23. Yeah, that's true.
Underrated one, actually, I think.
It was great. I bought that from when we worked at Family Video. Family Video.
But yeah, I'm really proud of Paramount with these movies because none of this would have happened or been possible for them if they decided not to listen to the fan backlash, and
they stepped up, and I respect that.
I really sincerely think that's why we are where we are with this, because they listened, they redesigned the character, and I think that really won them brownie points with the fan base and general audiences, and it really gave the movie legs.
You know, this is why I can't wait to see this. I feel like they've done it right. Sonic 2 was epic in itself. Now Sonic 3 looks to be in that same ilk, and I can't wait to just sit down with popcorn and just enjoy the journey and enjoy Shadow. But this is what we think. This is where all of our people in chat think. What do you think? Are you excited to see Sonic 3? Are you guys gonna go see in December? As soon as the kids get out of school, maybe we see it that week. I know I am. I just want to hear what you guys think about it. Am I the only one who likes Sonic 2? Are we the only ones that love Sonic 2? Sonic 3 should be such a good time, and I hope it really does a good number. Like, give me $200-300 million, and I'm happy.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let us know if you're watching live. We're going on to the next topic. If you're watching later, we are going to do a couple of videos tonight, and we'll post them, and hopefully you'll see us on the next video. So we'll see you guys later on that next one.
See you guys.
I see you, T. T jumped in here. All right. Terrence. You guys have some good stuff. Say, hey guys, Terrence has arrived. How have you guys been?
Terrence.
Been great. And the fact that we just saw Sonic 3, that trailer is going to be it's going to be such a good movie. I cannot wait, guys. Terrence will be there day one in IMAX, just like I saw the other movies. And that's
it'll definitely be an opening night for me.
Said each Sonic movie made more than the previous one. And I think this one could do the same thing. The only thing that could hurt this one is literally the Lion King Mufasa. Like, that's the only thing that could, that and Moana being, still new during that time. That could hurt it.
I'm really curious to see how it holds up against those.
It's going to be hard. I mean, because I think Moana is $1 billion movie, and I think Mufasa, even if it's bad, will make close to $1 billion. And those are the family movies, so it's hard. Terrence and Shadow will be an awesomely terrifying team up. I love it. I love it. Man, I am just hyped overall about this. But our next topic I want to talk about is definitely the first look at Ben Grimm, Fantastic Four. See if I can blow it up before we get on to it. All right. Here we go. All right, transitioning. And welcome back. We're the Spoiler Kings. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Brandman Brandon. And I can't wait to talk about our next topic. We've been talking about Fantastic Four, all excited about all the stuff that's coming out. all the stuff we're seeing, the stuff that came out in D23, the trailer looks like the small snippets, and now we have our first look at the Thing. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know if I like his pajamas outfit, but he himself looks great. So
I think he looks freaking awesome.
let's pull it up, see if we could talk about it real quick. That is our first look at Ben Grimm. Obviously, this is from yesterday at 1:38 p.m. What is your first thoughts?
I love it. I love how they're going practical. I'm sure they'll do some CG with it too. For all we know, this may even be like a stand-in for like CG, or I'm assuming it might even be a combination of the two. But I love the look. I love that he's got the pronounced brow. I like how big he is. Yeah. Overall, I just like it. I like he looks like the Thing out of the comics.
I like him, how he looks. I think they're going to do a lot more practical stuff with it because it's going to be
I'm good with.
The 60s kind of era. You don't need a lot of CGI with all that. And I don't think you'd put that much time into makeup if you're not going to let him be that during it. I'm still personally questioning if this is going to work. The late 60s. I think the idea is good. To pull it off is going to be difficult, and I'm rooting for it. I really am, just to be honest. I am, but I'm not going to. I would not be surprised if it all of a sudden it doesn't hit. As much as I like the idea,
I like how they're going with. I like the idea of an alternate universe and set in a different time frame. Considering where we've gone with the rest of the Avengers and the rest of the MCU, I think to kind of take this detour into an alternate universe set in the 1960s, to me it works. It makes sense. I think that a lot of things with the Fantastic Four are kind of synonymous with the 60s. And I like I said, overall, I just kind of, I'm good with that tonal shift. I think from a creative standpoint, it seems very bold to kind of branch out and do something a little different than what the rest of the MCU has been doing. So I'm really looking forward to seeing more set pictures, hopefully seeing a trailer come Super Bowl in a few months, maybe around the same time. And I like it. I like where they seem to be going with it. And yeah, I'm good with this version of the Thing. I think he never 100% worked for me in the movies in the past. The Michael Chiklis one was okay, but I realized I liked that version because of Michael Chiklis's acting. I thought he did a great job as the Thing. The one from 2015. I like that he was bigger. I like that he was CG. But dude, put some pants on. And that was just a bad movie. but I like this. You know,
I'm
can't wait to see what else.
I'm going to go with it. Yeah, I'm going to see.
Yeah.
I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to see where we get from it, but I'm also recognize that the last couple of Fantastic Four movies have been terrible. They have not really explained it. And you know what my favorite comic books are? Some of my favorite are the Marvel team ups. You know, we got Black Panther with Spider-Man. You got Spider-Man with the Hulk. I think I got one over here. Spider-Man with the Hulk. And of the Marvel team ups, there's a whole genre with the Thing. The Thing's with everybody. The Thing with Hulk is huge all the time. He does a lot of cool things, and I think you have to no pun intended, but you have to really hit him the right way. You cannot ruin this character, so they have to do this right. I'm thinking they will. I really am.
I think Fox was the biggest problem with the last movies, because with the 2005 and 2007 version, they just kind of cranked those movies out because superhero movies were becoming hot at the time, and they just wanted to jump on that train. And then the 2015 one was notoriously all in the name of retaining the rights, and
Mm-hmm.
a director who just was in over his head and had no idea what he was doing with it.
Yeah,
Like, why would you?
new spin on it? You can't do new spin on the actual like who they are. Those are movies.
Mhm.
Those are movies that are terrible when you don't understand who the character is. We could talk about
Yeah.
some other stuff, other movies that do the same thing, but that's why
Mhm.
that did so terribly. You can't rewrite the origin story.
Yeah,
What?
he picked the wrong content to remake The Fly under, because that's basically what he did. The 2015 one was a body horror remake of The Fly, which was body horror as well. But
all right, let's look see
man,
what T is talking about because he's been having some good ones. So you talk about the three. He said, I'm not excited for Fantastic Four at all because I think it's going to ruin it again. The Thing is my favorite character in Fantastic Four, but I don't think I like that team. Every time I read Fantastic Four, I end up in a fantastic sleep. The Thing's design is better than the concept of the movie, just being real. Okay. If I don't like the trailer, Terrence won't pay for this movie. I don't do anymore. I don't do that anymore. They have to win me over nowadays. Last 4 years of the MCU fried my brain. I can't keep on paying for a therapist. Hey, therapy helps. Fantastic Four was bad 4 times in a row. I can't take a 5th bad movie. I just can't. If you can't do better than the last 4, then we have a serious problem. Fantastic Four was only cool when they teamed up with other Marvel characters. When they're by themselves, I grab my pillow because I'll be asleep shortly. I jumped the train of depression after those Fantastic Four movies. Then we got Mama Bear saying, I'm hesitant about the Fantastic Four. Not in love with the casting. I'm not in love with Pedro specifically. I am just
yeah, I'm fine with the rest of the cast except Pedro Pascal. I don't really like. That's the only one that I actively don't like, and I like him, but as Reed, I'm like, no, not working for me.
if I'm honest, I'm not okay with a couple things.
Mhm.
I know everyone else likes Joseph Quinn. I like him as an actor. I don't see him
Mhm.
as Johnny Storm. Because if you really know that, like, once again, my Marvel team ups, some of my favorite Marvel team ups is Johnny Storm with Spider-Man. I love
Mhm.
that concept. I love what they did. I love the buddy that they kind of made fun of each other. It was one of my favorite things to read. All right. And
Mhm.
part of that is because Johnny it's so cool, and they made fun of him. It made fun of each other, and they were just, bragging on each other all the time. I felt like watching the trailer that he's just not cool enough. He's not cool enough to be Johnny Storm.
I can get with that for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, he
And
doesn't.
I'm
Yeah,
not trying to hate. I really am not trying to hate. I'm not trying to say anything about Joseph Quinn, but Johnny Storm is just supposed to be the coolest guy there. He is the one that everyone girls are fawning on themselves over. Like they fall all over
Mhm.
themselves, like trying to grab him. That's not Joseph
yeah.
Quinn.
It's
That's
yeah.
just
It's
not
like the saying. It's like the saying. Women want him. Men want to be him. You know.
exactly.
I agree. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see him as Johnny, because he definitely wouldn't have been my first choice at all.
I mean, but I think as an actor, he's going to be good.
As an actor, yeah, I'm sure he's gonna, you know, he's gonna do a great job.
But Chris
But yeah,
Evans makes way more sense as the Human Torch because he's a
mhm,
cooler dude. But to Joseph Quinn's defense, Chris Evans was not thought of as that going into the
mhm,
movie. So maybe
yeah,
his acting chops changed my opinion, but this is why I'm hesitant at this point.
mhm.
So I don't know. That's just this just my worries. So T says Pedro Pascal's Reed Richard almost shattered what's left of my soul. The man is in everything. Why? He is everywhere. If you change the channel, he's on every channel. Be a different character. Joseph Quinn killed as Eddie Munson in Stranger Things, so I like the actor, but I don't know if he will give the right stuff to work with. He will be given the right stuff to work with. Johnny Storm is supposed to be cool and attractive, but I would have to smack him if he drank my protein shake. But I think that he's sarcastic, right? He's very cool, very outgoing, and he's like the personality of the Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what he is, and that's why I said with him and Spider-Man just worked very, very well. And I just don't see that with Joseph Quinn. But I could be wrong. I'm not the end all be all. I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I like this look.
Yeah, I think he looks really cool.
I really can respect the idea with someone, live action practical effects to go along with, some other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with a futuristic past thing. Like, it's still kind of going to be a futuristic kind of feeling because it's different. It's a different universe, different part of the multiverse. And
Mm-hmm.
it's past, but it can still bring up cool things like Star Wars. So I'm okay with the idea. I'm hoping it hits. I really hope it lands.
Same. I'm really excited. Like I said, just from what I've seen, what I've read about it, I'm pretty fond of the direction that they seem to be going with it, and this just made me even more excited. So we'll see how things develop with it.
All right, guys, those are our opinions. That's where even our chat is saying. But if you're watching this video later, we want to know what you guys think. Do you like the Fantastic Four? Do you like what's going on? Does this look like a good costume? Do you like the practical effects with it? Or would you want more CGI? Would you want it to look different? Tell us what you're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I really am excited to see the Fantastic Four. I am worried that the casting is not going to be great, but maybe they make it their own, and it's something that I can't live without. So, tell us what you guys think. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with Brandman? Do you think that the costume looks weird, like Mama Bear is saying? Let us know, guys. If you're watching this later, go on to our next video. If you're watching us live right now, we're going to go on to our next topic. Thank you guys for watching us, and we will see you later.
See you guys.
It does look weird, though. It looks awesome, but it does look weird. With the video, it looked weird. Because you see how it's like just kind of moving around and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that it really hits. Because they have a chance to be really special, I think.
They do. Like I said, I like the direction they seem to be going, and I like the retro '60s look. It's like something out of the Jetsons.
I also like the idea that we don't know everything.
Mm-hmm.
We think I know best. We do not always know best. So not liking the idea of being in a multiversal type of thing, it being set in the 60s, all this stuff, even Pedro Pascal not being the guy, maybe we're all wrong. Maybe when you see the finished product, you're wrong. And sometimes you need to just see it.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Exactly.
kind of do feel all those things. I mean, I think Vanessa Kirby works pretty well.
She's
Blackrock, I think he works well. Ralph Ineson, great.
Yep. I agree. Yeah, Vanessa Kirby's gonna. I think she really she's the first live action theatrical Susan Storm that I'm really sold on.
Yeah, the
Because
more
for
you
me,
read their stuff, the more you read their comic books, you start to feel her personality, and you realize Vanessa Kirby works very well with being Susan Storm. I mean,
yep.
come on. And I will say, T, you're probably right. Fantastic Four introduced a lot of different characters. I mean, my favorite character of all time is Black Panther, right? There will be no Black Panther without Fantastic Four. So, like, there's a lot of respect for me with them.
Keep talking. I'll be right back, okay?
Go ahead.
All right.
All right. Said, if this Fantastic Four movie is bad, World War III will begin. The world can't handle another bad Fantastic Four movie. Okay. So I like Pedro Pascal, but not in everything. It seems like he is literally in everything. Bear says, I'd rather them stop leaking set photos and videos. I think it does more harm than good to see an unpolished product. I agree. You know, now being the nerd I am, I'm going to look at the stuff, but I would rather them keep it closer to the chest. You know, not allow me to see these things and just walk into the movie a little bit unknown, and then surprised about all the great things. You know, what Deadpool and Wolverine worked as well. If I knew every cameo, I knew exactly what was going to happen. I don't want that. I want to go in being a little bit surprised. So at this rate, we'll get to Martin Luther King story by starring Pedro Pascal. Yeah, probably, probably MLK, A Day in the Life, starring Pedro Pascal. Okay, you want to see me erupt? Vanessa Kirby looks nice, but that script might be ass. You know, I will say this: Marvel has at least done better with their script writing and some of the later stuff. I think Daredevil Born Again is going to really turn the page on a lot of this stuff. But live action is just hard to really pull off. I feel that way. I'm going to worry about X-Men until it comes out. When you're doing live action of these superhero genre movies where it's a team up and you don't have a great director, it can fall flat on his face. It really can. He said, Brian, I feel you on that and understand completely. Black Panther did, watch Fantastic Four. He made them look like children. That was epic. I loved it. He was regal. You knew what he was from the get-go. You knew they said, oh, this guy is something special. And without them, we wouldn't have gotten it. So I always would have love in my heart for the Fantastic Four because of that. And even the comic book where later ones, I think it was 2011 one line when Susan Storm was looking like T'Challa and Reed Richards a little bit upset. Like, hey, what you looking at? Someone in my city, Chillmonger, just stuttered at my joke. Oh man, yeah, Chill. Chill would not be happy. he would have a whole show. He would have a whole 3-hour show about that. But it could be, it could be, yes, it could be Pedro Pascal, but probably Robert Downey Jr. As Marvel. Daredevil Born Again looks amazing. I can't wait to see that. I'm actually excited for that. January 2025. That's what we're going to get part 1 of Daredevil Born Again. I am so super excited by that. And finally getting the idea of time. This is going to be a time where everything is done and our palettes are cleansed. We're going to a new year, and this might be a leaf changing, earth shattering type of event for Marvel. So I'm excited by Daredevil Born Again. I can't wait. Can't. This is somewhere. said yes. Kirk Lazarus as MLK. Oh my gosh, I can see it. Uses a crazy villain. The man kills and uses his victim's blood to paint and draw, and his senses are crazy. And Daredevil finds it extremely difficult to detect. Yeah, that's so true. I'm going to accidentally summon Killmonger at this rate. You know what? He's kind of like Beetlejuice. You say it 3 times, and all of a sudden he just comes out of nowhere. The other guy I don't talk about, the Eminem guy. I don't talk about him because I'm in Chicago and I believe in him. I will leave. Someone does it 3 times and I'll just leave. Just all of a sudden, you're like, what? Where did Brian go? Yeah, 100%. All right. Brandman is going for a second, so I want to talk about something with you guys. Something that I really enjoyed. I've always watched the show Evil. We had it on Paramount Plus. It used to come on CBS. I loved the idea of Evil. I thought the show was amazing. I thought the costume design was amazing. So I cannot wait to talk about these things. But I want to go over the series finale. I'm hoping that it gets picked up for season 5. So because I did read a couple articles on the creator and what he said was going to happen for season 5. But I thought Evil was just so smart, and I want to give a time for me to just talk about the series as a whole. What they did in season 4. I thought I didn't like the finale. I just honestly I did not like the finale. I thought everything else was good, but leading up to it, and then they had to wrap up a story, and it was obvious that the story was being wrapped up, in a rush, and that's something I really didn't enjoy. But the idea, Evil being taking the idea of instead of being dark, they made it light, and the idea of plain white and red being the darkness, and that demons are real, and the church understands it, and there's science behind all of it. And within it, you have a culture who's a pastor, or a reverend. Not reverend. A priest, a Catholic priest, and then you have a doctor of psychiatry or psychology, and Dr. Broussard, and then you had the guy who's about physics, all about physics, and I thought that was cool because he was always explaining stuff. So Kristen would be the psychologist. They just always had a good way of making um, levels of stuff. Of Bouchard, I'm sorry, levels of different type of things, and I thought this is a very good show. Ben was the one who was the physics guy, but it was just a very good show of showing different levels, different things, different ideas with what the evil can really be and what evil is in men, and that even talks about the patriarchy of Christianity and how some women find that hard because you don't give them the same respect that they deserve. And they talked about a lot of different type of things, and they brought up things that people don't always want to talk about. And I enjoyed that show, so I just wanted to give. I'm gonna do a whole like video, like 10-15 minutes, while I'm gonna talk about the show and talk about the season 4, and talk about the finale and the series finale, and what I loved about it later. But I just want to talk to you guys about it, just tell you that's something I really enjoyed. So that was it. Just wanted to get that off my chest. While Brandon was going. He said, I know you don't mention the Chicago legend recently played by Yaya. Never. I will
The
never.
goody man.
Exactly. Eminem guy. I'm not gonna do any of that stuff. No. Next thing you know, I'm gonna be hanging by a hook. Brian, while I'm not a fan of Evil, I don't think it's a bad show. It's just not for me. But I feel you. I understand too, because sometimes it's hard to watch, and the undertones were very crazy, and they were attacking a lot of status quo, what people were doing, and they're going to do for season 5 was if they held on, they were going to introduce judges and the demons in the courtroom, because the people, the good fight and the good wife, they were the same creators of Evil. So what they're going to do, they're going to have a lot of the lawyers and judges be demonic, right? And they're going to kind of fight all the way up to the Supreme Court, right? And say that some of the Supreme Court people are evil. And how did they get there? And they're going to talk about our court system through that. And almost be suggestive that these are that they're evil or in themselves. They are literally, evil incarnate. So I thought that was, a cool thing to say. So I haven't seen Evil yet.
I've slowly started watching it. I like its vibe. It's like a supernatural spin on the X-Files.
It is. That's very good. A supernatural spin on the X-Files. Exactly what it is. So demons are very real. They're known as humans.
You're not wrong.
That's kind of what it's about too. That makes sense. Brandon and Brian, it's always good to see you guys. Hey T, it's great when you get to stop by, man.
It's always great to see you too,
man. We gotta bring you.
But you're not. But you're not leaving for the night, are you? Are you, Terrence?
He might be. It might be a little late for him, so we'll see. I've dated a few of those. Those demons. Fred's like, really?
No comment on any of my exes for fear that they may be watching.
Yeah, they might. You better watch out. Then you're gonna really have a problem. Knocking at the door. Yeah. So Brian, I prefer the show American Gods. Yes. Used to watch that religiously when it was on. Me and my friends, and then I would rewatch that with my brother Tremaine. So Evil, obviously. So my favorite TV show growing up was Scooby-Doo, right? And then it kind of grew to Supernatural, right? We all know I love Supernatural. And the Evil's kind of in that same breath for me, talking about things that are there. I actually probably do believe more in demons. I believe, in things that I can't explain. I don't think that I'm not arrogant enough to think that I can explain everything, right?
Sure.
So my interests have grown, and I believe that there's things that there are out there that you don't know, and that's why these shows kind of entertain me, even though I don't think of it they're as real or anything, but it's kind of talking about things. There are things that go bump in the night that you don't always know, and sometimes it could be humans, and sometimes it might not be. So, of course, Ansel comes in. Scooby-Doo. He's laughing about. Come on, man. Scooby-Doo is awesome.
No. Still to this day, I watch Scooby-Doo. I will watch Scooby-Doo until the day I'm dead. I am Scooby-Doo from the womb to the tomb.
Tell you, man, can't do that. Come on. Scooby-Doo is awesome, man. At least Brandon's exes have good taste for a while. Scooby-Doo is iconic. It is. I don't know. Ansel always want to get me, man, but Scooby-Doo is iconic.
I would appreciate the live action movies to an extent.
Me too. I think they made Freddie Prinze Jr. as Fred is one of my favorite things. I thought that was a great casting.
I think that was around the time I started to come around to Freddie Prinze Jr. because up until then, I was very indifferent about him. I never actively disliked him. I was just like, oh, he's okay. And then when I heard he was Fred, I'm like, you know what? Interesting. That could potentially work. As long as they make him look right with the blonde hair, which they did. And yeah, that's when I started to kind of come around to him. But I think the casting all around the table was pretty spot on. Mhm.
Says the movies were trash, man.
The movies, the movies weren't Oscar worthy, but as Scooby Doo movies, I
They're fun.
was good with them.
Yeah, they're fun ideas. I think that was the point.
Mhm. And that's how James Gunn kind of got his well, not his start because he was working beforehand, but I remember that's when his name kind of started sticking out for me because I think around production history the production history of the Scooby Doo movie, the first one was one that I was one of the first ones that I had like followed from beginning to end. I think the first one that I had like legitimately followed from beginning to end was the first X-Men movie, and then after that it was Spider-Man and it was Scooby Doo because they both came out in the same year.
Yep.
So I followed them both. But yeah. I thought they were. It's what I kind of
They're
expected out of
exactly
Scooby
what
Doo.
it was. Whatever Scooby Doo is
Mhm.
supposed to be, that's exactly what it is. So T says, funny Scooby Doo gang and Sam and Dean teamed up. That was pretty epic. Love Supernatural. That was a hell of a show. I love that episode.
That was a
Dean
great
trying to
episode,
get Daphne, man.
which was a total Dean move too.
It's a great casting, live action. Just story wasn't there.
But
I didn't. I
that's
didn't hate Monster
understandable.
Island. I didn't hate the Scrappy Doo one. I did not hate that one.
I didn't hate that. I even kind of like elements of Monsters Unleashed because they had a lot of the classic monsters in it.
They were campy.
I was fine with them.
It's
Yeah,
campy.
yeah,
Exactly. They're like
and
the definition of campy.
yeah, and they should be campy.
If
I
you
didn't go in
understand
expecting Shawshank Redemption.
exactly. Now you wouldn't understand what you're doing then. Matthew
Mhm.
Lillard took over the role of voicing Shaggy from Casey King on Kasem. He's better at being Shaggy. Matthew Lillard is better at being Shaggy than Casey Kasem Weber was.
Matthew Lillard as Shaggy was one of my biggest selling points of the movie. When I heard that, I was like, "Holy crap!" Because there were rumors. I remember back in the day, at one point, Mike Myers was going to be Shaggy. He was also going to write the movie. I'm kind of happy that, much as I like Mike Myers, I'm happy that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I remember there were names being thrown around like David Arquette. I think they wanted Tom Green at one point. Yeah, but yeah, they ended up going with
Matthew Lillard.
yeah, they ended up Matthew Lillard. Yeah, yeah. Like who else could you envision playing that role, especially back
No
then?
one anymore. Not anymore. I can't think of anyone else. So
No.
Hanzo says, no lie, I hated Scooby Doo. Wow. Oh man. That's terrible. It was a Transformers G.I. Joe mask guy. All right. So Transformers is great. I'm telling you, first time I cried at the movie when Optimus died, and we thought when you saw him rolling up the wind up that hill, the Optimus is coming back. First time I cried. I mean, and that was a 1984 movie, I want to think. Yeah. So
I
I've
think it was
never
later,
really cared.
86, 87.
It might be 86. I never really cared for Scooby Doo, but I did enjoy the movie with them and Batman, which I own. That is awesome. I love Scooby Doo. I have no problem, no qualms saying that at all.
Absolutely not. You know how many Scooby Doo T-shirts I own, and I have a pair of Scooby Doo pajama pants still.
So yeah, I cried when he died too, man. You're bringing up some bad memories, man.
There was 15 minutes into the movie when he died too.
I was excited when they announced Matthew Lillard too. I was like, the serial killer? Let's go. And it's funny that Anzo doesn't like that because what is Scooby Doo? If Shaggy's anything, Shaggy is high and hungry all the time because he's so high. He's so high that he thinks the dog is talking to him. He's literally having a conversation. You think Scooby Doo really talk, or is that just from the point of view of Shaggy? Just saying. Questions. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're potheads. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who the hell goes chasing ghosts?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about this
and not
job
that,
and
and
never
not
get paid.
Not only that, like just the food combinations that Shaggy and Scooby would come up with were total like stoner was total stoner food.
They were so Grateful Dead. They were definitely deadheads.
Mhm.
So they should have done a whole animated movie with Scooby Doo Gang and Sam and Dean. I'd buy that one.
Oh,
real
I
quick.
love that. I love that.
The fact that
I'm
they
actually
did that whole
surprised that
episode,
hasn't
I
happened.
love that episode. That is my favorite, one of my favorite Supernatural episodes.
Mhm.
I loved it.
Plus, they were at a comfortable point in that show where they could get away with that.
They could do whatever the hell they wanted to. They could come
Mhm.
back right now and do whatever the hell they wanted to. Their Comic Cons, their portion of Comic Cons, they have their own stuff. Supernatural cons are still packed. If you get Sam Dean and Cass in the same place,
Mhm. My usually my thirsty Thursdays back in college, I wouldn't leave. Well, for a while it was I wouldn't leave on Thursdays to go out for Thirsty Thursdays. Originally, it was Smallville. I wouldn't leave out until I finished watching Smallville, and then after that, it wasn't until I finished Supernatural,
yeah,
and then
I
I'd
wouldn't
go
even
out.
leave. Everyone knew to not call me until after I watched Supernatural. Everybody.
Yeah, it was always for me. It was always like I'm just going to meet you guys over there.
Yeah, T Sarah. Scooby counting. Run? Roo?
Roo?
Ree? Oh man. The Supernatural cons are still packed. Like the show just came out. I know. People are falling all over. They're trying to touch them. It's like, please. Better than, I think Sam is better at being Sam than being Walker, Texas Ranger. That was
Easily.
my thing. I was like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. No disrespect to Jared Padalecki. He was doing an acting job, but I don't think that version of Walker really really worked for me.
Or care.
Walker's synonymous. Yeah, they could have just called it something else. Walker's too synonymous with Chuck Norris.
Norris, yeah. Like, you cool, man, but Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups, he does earth downs. Like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta remember, that's Chuck Norris, man. You can't do that.
Exactly.
He said Jensen and Jared are the ones who ended the show because they wanted to go on for 3 more seasons. That's why the show ended perfectly.
Yeah. You got to know when to stop.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Okay, I think so. Jensen is the reason why it ended early. Jared would have went on for 2 more years, but Jensen said he thinks he wants to stop because he wanted to jump into different roles. And it's funny because he then did like a year later, he did the spinoff for Supernatural because he didn't want to give it up, right? And then that failed, and now everyone's still talking about should we reboot it? I don't think you reboot it. I don't know if I think the ending was perfect. I will tell you, I cried. 100%. But I don't know if it's perfect. Because of COVID. I think their original idea for a series finale would have been perfect. I think the original idea was when they got to heaven, everyone is there. They get to see all the people that they lost. Their parents are there. Everyone who's been through all the shows, were and they lost throughout the 13 or 15 years, we're all going to be there. And I thought that would have been the perfect ending. But even with that, the idea that Sam and Dean, or that Dean decided to drive heaven until Sam died of natural causes, living his life, and then Sam joined him, driving the roads. That's special because that's how they lived it. They lived their life on the roads from hotel to hotel, motel to motel. That's how they loved it. They loved living their lives that way. And I thought that was very cool way to end the series. I just would have loved to see them all with all their family, because that's what they really called. If they see all the family all being there in one place, and it's like they went through all that to be reunited once again. I think that would have been perfect. Yeah. The Walker show was trash. I only watched Walker because of Jared, but he was a chump. He got beat up in every episode. He sure did. One season of the original Walker Texas Rangers had more fighting than 2 seasons, of Walker. Yeah. So I could have done without the previous season finale. I can't argue with you. Yeah. Brian, it was perfect when you look at what happened at the end. Then you look at the last 4 seasons. It felt perfect. The other idea would have worked too, but we got a very. It did feel natural because really, if you really, I agree with you, T, that because what the show really was just about the 2 brothers. At the end of the day, it was just about them.
Yep.
The love you have for your brother. The idea that you will do anything for him, and your perfect place was with him, you to your 2 partners by themselves. That that me and him against the world. So I do think it was really epic. But I would love to see all the people that we lost through all the shows, all the years, all in one place, and then they go out and drive the roads after they said bye to them and say hi or hello again. Because now it's the idea is like this is just the beginning of a new adventure. So
It's making
either
me
way,
want to rewatch Supernatural.
dude, it's so good. I watch it. I still watch it every day. I still watch it every day.
I love that.
TNT.
I
I
love
still
that.
watch it so many times. I have all the seasons over there on my movie collection. All of them. I can't help it, man.
That's great. That's great.
Is it right? That's what I'm saying. 2 brothers happy to be together. Very poetic. That's why I feel it's perfect. I feel like the show is perfect. I feel like the ending understood what was going on, and they did the best they could have done with COVID around, and it didn't feel forced. So I don't think I'm on disagree with you, T. Honestly I think I agree. I would love to see the idea of seeing their mother and father and all the people that were in the shows together, but you didn't need it. Yeah. All right. That's my Supernatural. I could talk about Supernatural all day. We all know that. So let's just try to move on. We did watch episodes 4, 5, 6, and 7 of Bel-Air. So we're gonna do a quick review on that. More than anything, I just want to talk about it because I think they're doing a great job. They really are. We're probably going to focus on the 4, 5, and 6, and then we'll do 7 and 8 next week. That way, though I already watched 7, we'll do 7 and 8 next week. We'll just focus on these first 3 and then go from there. So, Brian must say Supernatural 1 through 6 is goated. After that, it was cool, but the first 6 were just great. I think the first 6 were special. All right. The next 4 were good. Next 5 were good. The last 4, I don't know how good it was, but I loved them. I just love the way they finished the story. Because I think they understood, they knew who the characters were. There was no more messing around. They dove into things that people probably didn't want to touch, and I was really, really loving it. So Mama Bear says Supernatural could be a special. Invite me if you do one. Mama Bear, I think we should do that. I will do
I think that's a great idea
on Supernatural. Oh, yes. Man, I'm probably going to DM you and talk to you about this off stream, but maybe next week we do that. Give me a Supernatural day. Whew. I don't know if y'all ready, because hold on. Let me just show you this real quick. I don't know if you guys can see. Sam and Dean over there next to Mom Lally. Yeah, Cass over there. Bobby. Crowley. So no, I think that's a good idea. All right, let's go on to the next thing. Let's talk about Bel-Air. I'm gonna pull up some of the stuff that we talking about with the last couple of episodes, and we'll just move on. All right. And welcome back to Spoiler Kings, guys. Bel-Air, they've been killing these episodes. Episodes 4, 5, and 6. Really, really cool. I watched 7 today. We're going to focus on the first 3, and then that way I can do 7 and 8 together because you only got 10, and it's happening quickly, and they're releasing them the right way. I like this idea that they're releasing these 3 episodes and then now 2 and 2. So I don't just have to have one episode at a time. I'm getting a good story overall, and they all kind of fit together. So, tell me what are your thoughts about? First of all, we go episode 4 of Bel-Air. What were your thoughts on that?
Episode 4. I really think this is kind of like this. Well, stuff is real in Bel-Air, like right out of the woodwork. But I think like this is the start of the culmination. I kind of feel like, we had the drama obviously with Will and Carlton struggling with their business, just trying to get it all together in the early stages of getting it together. Still, the
That's
relationship.
Will is trying to do too much, right? Will is trying to BS his way through something that's a serious thing, and Carlton say like, "This is, this is also has my life too. No one's taking a chance on me. It's my only chance to get into a big school again."
Yeah, Will is mostly diving in head first, and Carlton's like, let's be meticulous and think this through. Which I like. That makes sense with Carlton's character, especially with where he is, having gotten fresh out of rehab. So he's trying to be meticulous and careful in all aspects of his life, which I really like. I knew it was really only a matter of time before things went the way they did with the relationship with Uncle Phil and Aunt Vivian. I like where they're going with even more drama with Jeffrey, with his kind of shadowy past, we'll call it, and everything that's going on with his son.
Jeffrey got a body count. I know Anzo don't want to hear it. Jeffrey got a body count. He's dropping people.
He had to. He mentioned he was a top boy back in London, right, or back in the UK.
Yep.
So how wouldn't he have a body count, right?
Well, Anzo's point is that he says he's a boss. He was a boss, but I say he wasn't a boss. He was working his way up, and by working his way up, he got a body count. It's just me. So Will and Carlton talking about having feeling all the pressure for Black Cess. Also, we got Hillary. So Hillary, who just got engaged, her fiance falls out during practice. That's huge because they find out he has basically a bad heart, bad ticker that he's dealt with his entire life, and he's gonna have to recover. And while she's focusing on him and focusing on his well-being, his father's trying to force him back onto the field. And he's a second generation football player. So his father played football, so he thinks this is his thing, and he's living. It seems like he's living vicariously through him, and he's pushing him on back onto the field before he's really ready. And I thought that was a mistake. And
he's a goner.
But exactly, he's having that Trevor moment. Hillary, will you marry? Yeah, that's what's happening. He's about to hit that ground real quick.
Yep, he's a goner. You see that coming a mile away from the way his dad came into the hospital room, started insisting he's okay. Yeah, it's going to be the Trevor moment. It's going to be the Lance and Varsity Blues moment, only with death.
Man.
You know, yeah. So
that's going to be his story. That's definitely going to be his story. But that's kind of episode 4. I mean, it was fun. It really started off these 3 together. Well, then we get into episode 5. You know, so we got what is really is called Getting Personal. It's feeling Viv's anniversary, and some ish goes down. While Phil is trying to make it good. So the kids make him breakfast. Bring him breakfast in bed. They come in and they see Uncle Phil is coming in from his office. And I'm like, what's going on? They don't want to share anything. What's going on with the kids? So they kind of hide what's happening, and but everyone knows something happening. But they bring the breakfast in. They get breakfast in bed, and as they close the door, they hear arguing. And Phil's like, "Hey, how long is this going to go down? How long are you going to be mad at me?" Well, Phil, in the episode previously, was found out that he never told Viv about the girl that kissed him.
Yep.
And it's the same one he had an affair with before, so that makes it even harder. And that's just going to be a huge thing. You can't be caught. You can't be caught not telling the truth, and your wife finding out about that stuff. So that's something they're dealing with. But it's the anniversary, so they're trying to work through it. But Viv is feeling a certain type of way.
Yeah.
She goes to work, and the dude that she was talking about that did the catering event sees all her likes on all his profile pictures. His half naked, all those pictures, and he comes and brings her flowers, and they go out. I don't care what anyone said. It was a lunch date. That was a date. That was a lunch date, and that was messed up on your anniversary to do that. And that's when you think everything's going to be cool. Phil walks in and sees them and doesn't blow up. There's no way in hell I could do that. There's just no way in hell. But he makes the whole thing. They go out to dinner. He talks about it, and then he basically says, "I'm not going to overreact," because he messed up. So he's trying to insinuate that she overreacted, and then they have a very personal conversation, and some real hard truths, and they kind of get past this situation because of it. Do you think that's a realistic thing that'll happen in that way?
No. Especially with the way they kind of patched things up. It just kind of it seemed a little way too fast. Something like that would take a little bit longer. I think
100%. To get past that on both ends, you would think they'll take a little bit more, talking really to be able to get through it.
Exactly. So I'm not 100% sure. I rolled with that, especially with how how massive the falling out, the initial fallout was, and then it's suddenly like, oh, okay, we're okay.
Yeah, hey, let's get kisses, boy. I'd be like, you lucky I didn't go to jail earlier today. I almost laid hands on that dude. I would have got Jeffrey to throw some powder on him and end his life right there. Just
right.
It's over. So that's weird, but it did happen. And then we have what else happened there? So now you got Will being at the country club working, and what happened in 4 was more about Jackie getting cursed out basically by Lisa, and now Lisa feels a certain type of Jackie feels a certain type of way, so she sees Will and they have problems,
which is understandable because Will did just kind of stand there and didn't even get her. Yeah, didn't even get her side.
Yeah, but it's because hey, that's his girlfriend, or soon to be girlfriend, the girl he wants to be his girlfriend, because technically he and Lisa didn't have any titles until after that happened. because she's trying to have her cake and eat it too.
Sure.
So, but Jackie, Will stops Jackie for being almost assaulted or more sexual. I don't want to say sexual misconduct by a guest. A guest that's at the country club. He stops her. They make Will go cool off. He misses his chance to talk to the guy who's going to make Black Cess a success.
Mhm.
A rapper played by Gator. If you know anything about Lil Dicky, you know Dave. You know Gator from there. He's the guy that Will's trying to get to wear his Black Cess stuff, and he misses his chance. But Jackie, who's driving the golf cart around, brings him back to him and allows him to speak to him. And Gator decides to go ahead and publicize and does all the stuff he needs for their brand, and it
Mhm.
gets over 6 million views, and it's a huge thing and blows up. And he really has Jackie to think about that, for that, which foreshadows that he's going to have a problem between Jackie and Lisa, and he did it, and his own damn fault. You know what this is? What it is, man.
Yeah. Drama. And from every direction. Like I said, that's what I like about this show. And usually, like, I'm not like huge into drama, but I think it works. I think they've done enough, and they're at a really good point in this series for me to be completely immersed and invested in pretty much all the characters. I like that. One thing that really kind of keeps me invested in drama, especially let's kind of call it what it is, kind of soap opera-esque drama like this, is everything, seems okay until it isn't, and then it is okay again until it isn't.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do like that. There's a lot of that on this show. I think that's, like I said, that's the really strong point of the show.
Yep.
That and the costume designer, whoever provides the clothing, deserves every
amazing.
deserves
something. You should win something.
Yeah.
I agree. Just another thing, kind of running down. We have Uncle Phil telling what's her name to kick rocks, that he's gonna go on his own, and he's out. You got Carlton starting to figure out going back to AA meeting, but you got Mira, who's kind of turning his head the wrong way. You have just Jazz and Uncle Phil. Jazz, Uncle Phil is representing someone who's going to try to buy Jazz's record shop. So all those things are all happening, and then Hillary, who hasn't told her fiance about kissing Jazz, still trying to support her fiance. So all that stuff all happened during the episode. And then episode 6, we had Will brings his parents, Vi and Lou, together, which that was epic. Oh, I love that scene. Marlon Wayans is he's such a good dramatic actor. He's a better dramatic actor than he is a comedian. He doesn't so strong.
He doesn't get nearly enough credit for his serious acting abilities. Not nearly enough. I really enjoy him on this, and I really like where they're going with the character of Lou, a character who, as Brian knows, I freaking hated the crap out of in the original.
Why you don't want me, man?
Friggin' prick. Friggin' Phil. Or not Phil, Lou. Friggin'
Lou,
yeah, loser. No, I like him. I like him a lot more. I like that they're giving him layers, and I like that he's making multiple appearances on the show. I like that they're giving the character a redemptive arc. And you kind of find out he was never like the bad guy that he was framed to be originally.
You understood the desperation that he was put under.
Yeah.
And they finally get that story. Will finally hears the story because he brings both his
Mhm.
parents together who hate each other, and they start to heal. And the telling the story and hearing both sides really allowed them to do that.
Mhm.
And you see this in a lot of life where you feel like if you get all parties together under one roof, you will be able to solve a lot of these issues and get people to understand and empathize about them. And I mean, it's not something you get all the time, but this is kind of, they showed what it would be if you could do that. And I thought that was very special, and I enjoyed that part. And I mean, almost had a tear really about that in the episode. I think that was the biggest thing. Even, we have Jeffrey who, called his son up and is like, what's going on? And finds out that he was reaching out to his mother. And then Frederick says, hey, you can't accept her. I'm out. And then we find out that Jeffrey says, all right, both y'all move in then, because I'm not letting you out of my sight, Frederick. So that's going on. And, Carlton asks his parents to bring Amira over for dinner. Amira does not show up on time. And then she comes back and says this is the anniversary of her sister's murder. Death, yeah. Death. And we don't know what really happened with that. We don't know if she's telling the truth. We don't know what's going on, but I just don't trust her.
Yeah, I was kind of questioning myself if she was telling the truth. I have a dormant feeling that she was not, and she was up to something else. And potentially by the end of the series, we'll find out just what exactly that was. I think either way, her and Carlton's relationship, something's going to happen. It's just a matter of when, and it's just a matter of what.
She's pushing them down the wrong path, and he needs to heal. He needs someone who's going to be there for his sobriety. And I think that though she's saying the right things, he's going to be a problem. And I think she might another character that might die during this season. And her death affects Carlton in a way that he just does not see coming. And it'd be like a Mack truck. So, all those things happen in episode 6. And I think episode 6 might be the best Bel-Air episode I've seen in all 3 seasons, period. And I'm going to say even since, the Carlton, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the Carlton with the gun episode, it's that good. And this is like something that you really need to watch, and the trauma and the understanding of how talking through your problems really could do a lot for you. So, and I'm really enjoying this episode, this show. I saw Black Lotus, which is episode 7, but we'll save that till next week, because we'll talk about that and give me a break, which are the next 2 episodes, and we'll discuss those on Thursday and hear what you guys think. Do you like this show? Do you guys enjoy these episodes? Did you see episode 6 and feel something about it? We didn't talk about everything that went on, but there's so many things. We got Ashley, the things she's growing up and she's starting to like this boy, but doesn't know how she's dealing with him because he's non-binary. So like he doesn't call himself, he's a he, them. So I mean, what does that mean as she's growing up? Is she starting to have feelings for a boy? There's just so much going on with Carlton and Phil and Viv and Jeffrey and Jazz and Hillary, and it's just I'm enjoying this episode, this show. I want to know if you guys enjoy it. Do you guys like seeing all these episodes in a group? Would you rather give them one at a time, or do you want them all at the same time? Hey, let us know. Comment down below. Tell us if you're enjoying the show. So if you can, we'll continue to talk about this. But we're gonna go on to our next topic. So if you're watching live, keep it going. If you're seeing this video later, watch our next video, and we'll see you guys later.
See you.
All right. I'm glad we got that out. I enjoy Bel-Air a lot.
Me too.
But it's hard watching the drama.
Oh yeah, because you're hoping that everything ends up okay, but then it inevitably goes wrong, and there's nothing you can do but just sit there and watch.
Exactly. Guys,
Mm,
Terrence must go. Thank you for the stream. Thank you, T, for joining us, man. I mean, all your opinions and all your points are so good. We really need to get you back on, man. I just want to be able to stream with you again. That's what you're talking about. At some point in the future, if you want, Terrence will stream with you guys again. Take care of yourselves. You take care of yourself. And we'll see you soon. Anytime, you're always welcome. You just let me know when. All right, T?
thanks, Terrence.
All right. My bear says night. Oh, man. That's so cool. Okay. So we saw Secret Level, that trailer the other week. That was cool. But I did
Mhm.
not get to see Megalopolis. So if you don't mind, we can watch Megalopolis. And then I'll actually, you know what, before we watch Megalopolis, this is something I do want to talk about.
Yeah.
So yesterday was the anniversary of Chadwick Boseman's death, right?
Yep.
So they kind of people we stream with a lot talked about this being, the official like recast day, you know. And if you guys don't know, we're big on recasting Black Panther because even Chadwick Boseman said like he loved all the characters, he loved bringing the life to all these characters, but he believes that these characters are bigger than than himself, and that they shouldn't be lost. And that's kind of the idea behind it. That's why we're always trying to say we should recast T'Challa, because T'Challa is such a huge symbol, especially for young Black men to see themselves not just in comic book movies or just in a movie or film scene, but seeing them as a person of high moral fiber, one of the most intelligent beings there, as a king, as a leader, and knowing how to do all those things together. He is one of the greatest characters ever created, right? We don't have 15 superheroes that are all like Superman or are all like Batman or are all like Spider-Man. We only have a handful, and Black Panther is the best of all those worlds. And losing him, and even though Chadwick did a great job representing him, unbelievable job representing him, losing that character really hurts a lot of people, and really hurt
It,
me.
yeah. I was, I remember just being blindsided by that news and spending days just legitimately upset. Uh, I think it made an already bad year, which was 2020, even worse. Uh,
100%.
I am on board with the recast T'Challa train. I think exactly what you said. Chadwick Boseman had said on multiple occasions that he thought the role and the roles in that world were bigger than himself and the other actors. I think that recasting him would have been like the biggest honor to his memory. I don't think it would have been a disservice to recast. I don't think it would have been disrespectful at all. I think, if anything, to an extent, the route that they ended up going with was a little insulting, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I thought
You
that
know,
when the things that they're coming out with now are bad. So they're
yeah,
giving me Eyes of Wakanda. They're giving me more things about Wakanda. So they're putting out
mhm,
films and TV shows that don't have the title character even in it. And
yeah,
I even hate the idea, for me, that you know we don't get Shuri with T'Challa. I
yeah,
hate the idea of not having them both together, because they
mhm,
were together. Even if you have her, she's could be Black Panther, and having her brother there, just you don't have to have one against the other. You don't have to have them be against. You can't have both at the same time. You can have both
yeah.
characters at the
Because
same time, and that's what was better. So it shouldn't be putting one against the other.
exactly, it's kind of like, what are they even doing with all this continuation? Wakanda, Eyes of Wakanda, whatever they're doing after or during that. I'm just not really invested in it at this point. it's almost like Marvel's trying to like offer us some kind of consolation prize because we're not getting any more Black Panther sequels with the character of T'Challa. It's like, oh, look what we're doing here. Oh, look, we're doing a Dora Milaje story. Oh, we're doing like the past of Wakanda. I'm not. I've kind of I'm not really invested. I've checked out. It just seems pointless without the character of T'Challa to be the centerpiece of it. It just
Yeah, right.
they're just and it sucks because I was really interested in seeing more of this world, and I remember or this side of the MCU, and I'll never forget like just the swelling sense of joy that I had when I first saw Black Panther. I saw it in the movies like I think 4 times.
Mhm.
You know, and every time I watched it, even when I got it on Blu-ray, I just got a great sense of joy watching it. I think that's been kind of lessened by what happened with Chadwick and what happened and the route they went with the sequel. I just unfortunately don't really get that as much as I used to. To be honest, I don't even think I've really watched the first Black Panther in its entirety or at all since that happened. But yeah, where they're going with it, and, just kind of the decisions they made. It all seems very reactionary. Not to minimize what happened to Chadwick Boseman because that's a major thing. Not to minimize that at all, but I think they could have. There were other routes to go.
I
There
hate
were
that
more
they
stories
make
to tell.
money off of the death, right? I don't like that.
Mhm.
What they've done is they turn two characters against each other that should not be against each other. They should be hand in hand. The reason Shuri is even as brilliant of a scientist as she is because she was taught by her brother, but they never really talked about that. They never really spent time doing that. They didn't
Exactly.
like tore down all the male characters in the next movie, right? So
Hmm.
I just don't understand that why they would do that, and it's like you're trying to turn two groups of people against each other. So I'm just not for that. I think they could have done better. I think they should do better. Um, I would really like to have a recast of T'Challa and understand he is really the Black Panther of all these. I have countless comic books with him. I have almost all of them with when he teamed up with anyone and he went or he visited any of those. I have probably somewhere around 314 all together comics of it, and the
Hmm.
storylines are so big and they're all T'Challa, and I don't want to lose who he is, and I don't want to put tropes out there of a boy growing up without his father and things like that to replace him. I think that's a poor thing to do, and I think that that's not what you really want, especially for something representing all this culture. So I just want to speak on that. I know I had a lot of stuff going on yesterday, and so we didn't get to be really do anything with the recast of T'Challa and getting it trending yesterday. As much as I will love to been able to do that, my kids have to come first, but I definitely wanted to speak on it and talk about some of the stuff that we feel. But
Hmm.
you know, either way it goes, I'm glad that we have creators that like Chill did, Anzo did it, Dre Mac they did all their stuff. Back at the Bus did, and I was watching even E Man who I really respect a lot of stuff, especially he with was starting a lot of the stuff, but I think you got to keep on running with it, but it is what it is. But I'm just glad that everyone's talking about it and not forgetting about it. That's the biggest thing. So, that was it. I just wanted to talk on that. That was my
No, I'm
soapbox.
happy that we did.
Yeah. Mama Bear says Eyes of Wakanda had 2 Black Panther suits. Yeah. But I don't want to be little TJ or whatever or Toussaint or whatever you want to call it. I don't want that to be. I don't think that's the right thing. Once again, a young, after all we learned before, I don't want, to have more trauma. I don't want to be coded in trauma. So that's just me.
Yeah, they really backed themselves into a corner with the route they went with Wakanda Forever. If you ask me, it was kind of caused some irreparable
Damage. Yeah.
damage. Yeah,
Agreed. What up, Danny? We just missed
Danny.
our Bel-Air thing, man. Now man, I love that show. It doesn't matter if it's T'Challa's son or anything. Once again, because you don't read the comic books, but also understand the trauma that it brings, no matter what. The idea that once again he's another guy, another hero, whatever. That's to deal with not having his father in his life. The idea of what Black Panther is he's the best of all worlds. He has all things. He's a king. He's a good man. He's a superhero. He's one of the strongest out there. He's the smartest person in the room. He's all those things at the same time. He's regal. He holds himself to that. And he always loves his family. And what they've done is they just deconstructed the family. They put Shuri against Chadwick, Shuri against not Chadwick. I'm sorry, but T'Challa, which doing that, saying that is bad. And then you can put his son there, who now doesn't have a father. After he just fought about not telling everybody in the first Black Panther, you changed the things in the second one. So like it's so much stuff around it. It's just the worst. So I can't. I would never stop fighting for that, and I'll never stop saying it because it's not what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I didn't like the route they went with Wakanda Forever.
You go sleep, man. Yeah. It's all right. I don't mind. I will continue to say it, no matter what.
Yeah, it was reactionary to the point of detriment.
Exactly. All right. You know what? We never did watch the Agatha all along, did we?
And you realize there was a new trailer.
We never watched the first one, did we? Did we watch the first one?
I think we did, right? I'm pretty sure we did.
I know the D23 they talked about it, but I know we didn't do anything about it. But we have those things. But I'm going to still put Megalopolis on, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
This is the movie. What was it? Audrey Plaza. We had Juan Carlos in this. Adam Driver's in it. I think it sounds pretty cool. So I think it's
the next big one from Francis Ford Coppola that he's been working on for a while.
Yeah, exactly. All right. We'll transition real quick.
Okay.
And welcome back. We're the Spoiler Kings. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Brand Man Brandon. How you feeling, man? Good?
Good. Pretty good. Yeah, can't complain about anything. Tomorrow's Friday.
Friday, exactly. We made it through the weekend. We get to the weekend. We got all this stuff going on. We're going to watch Megalopolis, the official trailer. As I said, this is a movie starring Adam Driver, Giancarlo Esposito, and Audrey Plaza. I think it sounds awesome. I want to check it out with you guys. So I guess that's what we're going to do. We're going to check it out and see if this is decent or not. All right.
Let's go.
You guys can hear it.
I can't hear anything.
Can you hear it?
Mm-mm.
All right, let's start again. All right, I'll just cut that out and we'll start it again. Thank you for letting me know.
No problem.
All right, let's start this again. Let me know if you hear it. What the hell?
right?
I'm confused. I don't know what the hell's going on with this.
You know, I've always said we need more trailers where you don't know exactly what's going on, and they don't lay out or spoon feed you the entire plot. I have no idea what's going on either.
The entire plot, I don't know what the hell's going on. Period. They start off talking about the Godfather, and then we get Apocalypse Now,
Mhm.
and
I
they
think
all
the main thing
talking all this stuff. Dracula,
Mhm.
Bram Stoker's Dracula,
Mhm.
and before he
and then
kills himself, he's able to rewind time.
Mhm. Then and we get that narration with Lawrence Fishburne just hyping up Francis Ford Coppola. I think I think the main thing to take away from this trailer is no one loves Francis Ford Coppola more than Francis Ford Coppola.
He said, "The genius of me. I love it."
Jesus. Very seldom have I heard someone so in love with themselves.
Dude, I mean,
Um,
they got some, but they have some bad people in this. I mean, once again, we said
oh,
Adam Driver, Giancarlo Esposito, Audrey
yeah,
Plaza, Lawrence Fishburne. Now, I mean, it was just of John Voight. I mean, just
John
banger after
Voight,
banger after
Dustin
banger.
Hoffman.
Dustin
Mhm,
Hoffman, like
mhm.
man, they did their
Yeah.
thing when they had all this in it. Oh man,
mhm.
is this going to be one of those artsy things that are just too artsy for people to enjoy?
Oh, this is going to be a total art house movie, and you already know it's going to be very, very divisive. Um, and plus, it's Francis Ford Coppola directing it. A lot of his stuff is divisive anyway, even more so than the other stuff that they listed. Um,
Oh,
he's
let me
always made
read
some.
some of this. So,
Mhm.
Grace Vanderwall, Vanderwall, Shia LaBeouf, and Natalie Emmanuel. We already talked about the other ones. Talia Shire. I mean,
Shire,
Lawrence
yeah.
Fishburne, Forrest Whitaker, Jason Schwartzman.
I love Jason Schwartzman, by the way. I think he's so underrated.
I mean, James Reamer, DB
Yeah.
Sweeney. Like, it's just name after name after name. And it
hmm
has to be artsy because no one's talking about it, and it comes out in less than a month.
In
September
less than a
20th.
month. Mhm. And yeah, I think this movie was filmed a while back. I think it's been hasn't it been trying to like find a distributor or something like that. Something was holding up the release.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to read you the synopsis. It says, okay.
Mhm.
It says a conflict between Caesar, a great genius artist who seeks to leap into a utopian, idealistic future, and his opposition, Mayor Franklin Cicero, who remains committed to a regressive status quo, perpetuating greed, special interest, and partisan warfare. What?
Okay, huh?
Okay, I didn't get that at all. This
No.
budget was $120 million.
hmm
And I will tell you this: Rotten Tomatoes has it right now at a 54.
hmm
All
Which
right.
sounds about right for a Coppola movie. I kind of I lump him and Ridley Scott in like similar categories where they made a good amount of like really really good stuff, and then when they're not really really good, they're not necessarily bad so much as they're just like okay
Mhm.
or somewhat forgettable. I'm hoping, and it's been a while since I've heard the name Francis Ford Coppola. I think it's been a minute since he's done something. So
It's been
hopefully,
minutes since someone actually gave him the money to do it.
yeah, hopefully this lands. I'd be potentially interested, even though I was poking fun of him a minute ago for how much they were just hyping him in the trailer. But I'd be down for a career resurgence of his.
So here's the alderman right here, Claudia Pulcher. That's
hmm
Shia LaBeouf right there.
hmm
I mean, there's a lot of things going on here, man. I'm not sure I know exactly what's happening. What the hell is happening here? I'm
Yeah,
uh,
visually, I think it looks cool. But I like hyper stylized kind of content like this from time to time. So, yeah, I have no idea what's going on, but it's enough to kind of spark my interest. And like I said, I like that the trailer didn't compress everything into a minute and a half. We need more of this energy in trailers. Just show enough, just to draw the audience.
did it though? Did it draw the audience, or is it too confusing about what's going on?
Well, no more confusing than something like Inception or something when those trailers dropped. I think the key's not to is to avoid talking down to the audience. Just give them enough visual flair and like a glimpse of the cast, and hopefully that's enough to sell tickets. So I do appreciate it. It looks very ambitious, and I always appreciate when a director makes something with ambition. So, and reading up on it, yeah, reading up on this seems like very much a passion project for Coppola. Even though I haven't always liked what he puts out, I'd say I'm always interested in watching what he puts out. It's kind of like Ridley Scott. I'll watch anything he makes no matter what.
I'm not. I don't see Coppola as the same as Ridley Scott, but I think he definitely is artsy. I think he's definitely going to get his agenda taken care of. He's going to get his words out there, and I think that's sometimes good enough. And
yeah,
but I do agree with what Kenny said. He said it's rare that you have such a huge ensemble and the cast works out. You have all those people in here. Does it usually work out? And it usually doesn't. But he also said so much weirdness around this movie. I hope it's actually good.
me too.
I've never seen marketing for this film start off on the defensive.
That's a good way to put it. That's a really good way to put it. It almost came off kind of not only defensive, it almost came off kind of antagonistic.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of self-righteousness going on in there. Like I said, it just seemed like Francis Ford Coppola blowing himself.
Mama Bear says, I'm confused. Danny says, looks really disjointed to me. Said, then the marketing starts off on the defensive just for those quotes to be fake. Does this come with you? You need to be high to watch this trailer. It feels artificial. It feels like AI filmed the trailer. So I don't know. Said how in the HE double hockey sticks they pay all those top tier actors? They paid $120 million. That's how.
Yeah. I'm sure that was probably out of Coppola's pocket too. He probably bankrolled the movie.
And he said, "This looks like Cloud Atlas to me."
He
said, "Hard pass at this point."
I can see that.
I predict to be a dud.
Yeah, I don't think this will land with general audiences. Granted, I'm going to go see it, but I don't see it really landing or resonating with general audiences. When does something like this ever,
color me interested, because I will say this: I'm after watching it, I'm interested to see what this could become.
I'm definitely interested.
A good movie that no one wants to go see, and that's totally possible. I don't know. I'm interested. Forrest Whitaker and Lawrence Fishburne being in it. Shia LaBeouf, Natalie Emmanuel. It's just Giancarlo Esposito, Dustin Hoffman. There's too many great actors. I have to at least see it.
I have to at least give it a look.
Yeah. But all right, that's what we think about this trailer. What do you guys think? When you're looking at this, you see Megalopolis. what the hell is going on? Do you understand exactly what's happening? Do you know what to expect of this movie? Will you waste your money or will you spend your money and have a great time? Which one are you guys looking at? What do you guys think about it? I am excited to look at it, but I'm also excited to maybe be a little bit negative about it. You know, I'm not going to be against not liking this. That's all I want to say.
Mhm.
So that's what I think, guys. That's what Brandman thinks, guys. This is what the chat is talking about. But let us know what you guys think, and we're gonna go on to our next topic. If you're watching the live, and if you're watching later, thanks for watching this video. Check out the next one. We'll see you guys later.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, we got Kenny in here. I saw you jump in, man. I appreciate you helping out with all that. Yeah, I just sent y'all an article on IG. Okay. Did you send it on what? Did you send it on Twitter or did you send it on Gmail? I don't have the Gmail open right now. So, I'm interested in the upcoming Gladiator movie, Craven, Sonic 3. Bring that in. We've already watched all three of those. So Gladiator 2 is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I hope it's good. I really do.
It's at
I'm
least
not really sold on the trailers.
Yeah. I mean, Denzel himself is going to be interesting.
Oh yeah, Denzel is great in class and just anything he's in. So if everything else fails, you can expect Denzel to turn in a terrific performance as he always does.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Sonic 3 was amazing. I love watching that. But I am very worried about Craven. Very worried.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I don't even want to waste my time with Craven, to be honest. It looks so trash. They're not fooling anyone with that Rhino money shot.
100%. I agree. I got you, man. Let's see. So I'm really looking forward to Gladiator 2. Also, Captain America 4 come on February. I agree. I like that.
Oh yeah.
On the Instagram DM. Okay, gotcha. I need a Gladiator trailer while Jay-Z playing in the background. That makes so much sense.
Yeah, that was pretty out of place. But they played Kid Rock in the trailer for the first movie, so I can't be entirely angry at it.
That's true. Okay.
You know. Kid Rock. I think once upon a time I used to think that dude was cool.
Kenny says, yo, I received the care package. Thank y'all so much. Yes, but I actually have part 2 of your package that I'm sending out tomorrow. It's for your wife more than it is for you. Send it over here. That's my wife. Her line, her face on the package, on the pink part of the package. Oh, let me grab that so I can show you. So my wife makes all the t-shirts and everything that we have for you guys. It's our Kinda Mama company. You go online, look for Kinda Mama. I actually gonna link her to this account because she has all the things that we make, all the t-shirts we make is all with it. So yeah. But this specific package is coming for your wife. You guys also celebrated your anniversary and all that stuff. So I want to say happy anniversary. And because we did ours too. Ours was the 12th. But yeah, this is going out tomorrow. So you'll see it. It'll be it's going, I think, USPS tomorrow. So we already kind of paid for that. So good. Oh man, that's awesome. But yeah, as I said, all those t-shirts we got, we're gonna be cooking that up and going from there. So yeah, cool.
Very cool.
So what y'all think about Beetlejuice 2? I'm not sure I'm going to be able to recreate the magic of the first one. So there's a lot of people talking about that. What do you think, B?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's my fear too. If it's gonna exactly exactly what you just said, if it's gonna recapture the magic of the first one, I think Tim Burton hasn't really been doing anything too memorable the last handful of years, and I know they've been um, inversely they've been trying to make this movie for X amount of years. So I hope that the years and years of trying to make it do pay off. I um, I hope it does. I really hope it does. I hope it's awesome. I hope it holds up to the level of the first one. I'm not sure if it will though. It's kind of giving off sequel just for the sake of making a sequel vibes.
Okay.
But I hope I'm wrong. There's parts of the trailer that definitely did it for me, especially the use of practical effects. They're going back to using miniatures. It does kind of feel like classic Burton, going by some of the stuff that I've watched. So we're gonna find out next week.
So I saw John Campea. I was watching his video about it, and he was talking about critics are liking it. It's not like 100% that they're liking it, but they're not saying it's trash. They're saying that it's a good overall story. It's nostalgic without being only a total remake a rehash of the same story, and it's more of a homage to the previous one. So if all those things are true, I'm excited to see it. I think if that's what's going on, then this could be something very special.
Mm-hmm.
The question is that what's going on? Am I going to feel the same way about it that everyone else is feeling?
Mm-hmm.
But it could be, and I could be really excited about it. I think it could match the same magic. It's possible that it will, but not trash is good enough for me right now.
Yeah.
If that's not a bad thing, I don't know.
Yeah, it does seem like Burton's kind of slipping back into his element. I think he was in a comfort zone for a number of years with Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter playing dress up in all of his movies.
He was doing these things just for his friends. That's all it was.
Yeah, which is fine. He was older at this point. He was at that comfortable point in his career. But I would like, it didn't seem like he was putting in as much effort as I know that he can. I think the last Tim Burton movie that really did anything for me and stuck out was I'd say it was either Sleepy Hollow or Sweeney Todd. There were a lot of elements of Sweeney Todd that I really enjoyed. So I'm hoping Burton goes like, I hope this is the Burton from the late 80s, early 90s.
I don't know. So he said that he pretty much squashed the idea. Kenny says, I hope that we could get a third one, Beetlejuice. I'm not saying it again because he's going to pop out of nowhere. And I don't say things like that all the time. These are like mirrors. I don't do Eminem guy. I don't say another word of the bug drink. I don't do that either. I'm just not going. I'm not going.
I don't know. I think Beetlejuice. I don't know. Beetlejuice seems like one of the cooler dudes, one of the cooler ghosts to hang out with.
I don't need any dead football players dancing above my head, up in the line. I don't need that. I'm good. Yeah. But so it's been 36 years since the original, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And Tim Burton
88.
pretty much said, this is it. He's not doing another one. This won't be a third one. So I don't know. I have to see the
I'm
first.
sure if it makes a,
first.
I'm sure if it makes a dump load of money, that might change his tune real quick.
Oh yeah, he'll be out next year.
Mhm.
Mama Bear says at this point, it's not trash; it's high praise.
Mhm. But yeah, Michael Keaton, he crushes any role he's in. That dude's a great actor. At the absolute least, I think we're going to get an entertaining performance from him. The trailers pretty much say it all. He slipped back into this role like a glove. I can tell it already.
100%.
Yeah. It's funny. Back in the late '80s, a year apart, Keaton was probably like, "Hey, everyone, you want to see me play Batman and Beetlejuice? Fast forward 36 years. You want to see me do it again?"
Kitty says Beetlejuice wouldn't get you killed; he'll just get you fired or something. Like spend a weekend in jail. Yeah, yeah. I just don't want to be a weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
Love Sweeney Todd is my third favorite Burton movie after Batman 1 and 2. Nightmare Before Christmas whoops all that ass.
Yeah. When Burton makes a good movie, like he makes like something that like you really enjoy. Like there's a lot of Burton stuff like when he was especially when he just ruled the late '80s and early '90s. There's a lot that he made that I can rewatch over and over and over again and not get bored. Like I love the first Batman. I love Batman Returns. That was even more of a Burton movie.
Yeah.
I love Edward.
Much more, yeah.
Yeah, I love Edward Scissorhands. I loved Ed Wood. I loved, like I said, Sleepy Hollow. Absolutely loved that one. That was right up his alley. I think where he kind of started. I think when he kind of
Edward
started.
Scissorhands, man.
Oh yeah, I said Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, right? But no, Big Fish. I didn't know he did Big Fish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did Big Fish.
Absolutely love that movie. That is one of my favorite movies to talk about. I love it so much.
Yep, Big Fish was awesome. I think he kind of started slipping into that comfort zone probably around the time Charlie and the Chocolate Factory came out. Because if you remember, like after that, it was just Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter dressing weird with wild hair.
Corpse Bride was okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Corpse Bride was pretty decent. Good. I watch it every Halloween.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of the animated ones I watch. You gotta do Nightmare Before Christmas and you gotta do Corpse Bride in my household.
Nightmare Before Christmas every damn year. Tim Burton who did the story for Nightmare Before Christmas, so he didn't actually direct it, but I think that's one of my favorite things.
Which is hilarious because everyone treats it as if Burton directed it, not Henry Selick, who did direct it.
But it's because Burton wrote the story, and it's in his stop motion type of way of doing it. So that's
Burton was he was it was his name. Yeah, it was his name that ruled the marketing.
Yeah, but it was his baby too.
Yeah.
So Batman Returns is the top 3 of all time to me. I like it. I like Nightmare Before Christmas. I had it on VHS repeat growing up. I watched Nightmare Before Christmas at least once every quarter of a year.
Yes, I watch it. I watch it. It's on repeat every October. That and there's actually an album called Nightmare Revisited. I don't know if I told you about it.
Yep, you did.
I own it. That is playing at the very beginning of October to the very end of October every year. I have Nightmare Before Christmas or Nightmare Revisited playing.
Here's my 0.
I love that. You should have seen the Nightmare Before Christmas pop-up bar they had at Replay down here from I believe October of last year until Christmas of last year.
I went there.
It was awesome, right?
Jack.
Mhm.
And then of course
Voiced by
I have multiple Jack skeletons all on my wall, but those were right
Mhm.
there in my hands. So
voiced by none other than Jerry Dandridge himself, Chris Sarandon.
I know. Oh my god. What up, She? Man, I'm glad you made it. We were literally going to be
She-
dropping off soon, but I'm glad you jumped in, man. Really did. Really am. So, damn, forgot about Edward Scissorhands. Yeah, fantastic. So, Nightmare Before Christmas gear gets passed out on Christmas clothing. It passes as Christmas clothing for me. I watch it from Halloween, from October 1st till Christmas.
Mhm.
Me and my kids, we watch it all the time. We'll go to sleep to it. I want to watch something to watch me. Hey, put on Nightmare Before Christmas. We'll be good. Bear says Burton wrote Nightmare Before Christmas while he was still working at Disney. It was because it was a Disney Pictures and Touchstone Pictures, right? I think that was right. Oh man, awesome. All right, guys, it's about time for me to hit the old dusty trail. I want to thank everyone who jumped in here. Mama Bear, Kenny, it's Sheed. I know you just jumped in, but still want to thank you because you always there for us. We got Danny with the Road to Wisdom. We had Anzo earlier. We had Terrence T was all up in here today. Appreciate him. What else do we got? I already said Anzo. Yeah, Horror Geek was here. Cleves was definitely in here, giving us good information. Terrence was ruling the first half. 80s kid from the 90s was in here doing great things. I already said about Cleves. Travis was in here earlier too. Yeah, we couldn't do the show without any of you guys. We're literally here because you guys come and watch it and talk to us and have us doing great things and have us having a great time. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much.
Tank will be coming back soon enough. So I won't have to run the show. So that'd be much easier on me. So I can't wait for that. But he's doing really, really well. My daughter's birthday is her birthday party Saturday. Her birthday is Tuesday. So I will be seeing Tank on Tuesday on Saturday, during the party. So I'll definitely tell him shout out to you guys, and hopefully I'll get him back and better than ever for him. And Brandman, thank you for being here doing all this stuff for us with me. And guys, we will see you again on Monday. Have a great night. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Labor Day holiday. See you Monday.
Absolutely. See you
Later,
guys.
guys.